Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live show. I'm your host, Roswitha Herman. I'm a business coach, a money coach, and an expert at money blocks releasing from all levels. So we go way past subconscious and mindset. And I'm also a best-selling author. And I love discussing about the nervous system and capacity because it doesn't matter if we want lots of money and if we can attract and manifest lots of money, if in the end we waste it all, or we get into more debt, or we feel guilty for having it, or all sorts of things. And as always, I'm gonna have an amazing guest with me today. We're gonna talk about her money fears. We're gonna have a very beautiful, honest conversation. I'm gonna guide her and everybody watching through a somatic release on a specific money block that we identify. And then I'm gonna go deeper with my guest and release her money block on all levels. And you get to watch the magic happen in real life, which is something that only my one on one clients get to experience. So without any further ado, here is Desi. So let me just have her uh, invite her to join. Here. Let's see if Desi is joining. Until Desi is joining, I'm just gonna have some tea. Look how beautiful my mug is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I love your earrings. They're so cute.
Thank you. I haven't
Oh,
worn them in a, yeah, they're like some they're
yeah.
they're big. Let's just say they're big.
They're beautiful. I love big earrings.
Thank you. Me too. Me too. How are you today?
I'm doing good. A little sleepy today, but got showered, got moving, got on my vibration plate, so I'm feeling a little better.
I feel you. I've only slept a couple of hours last night, so today I was like, I was walking like I was hit by a train, like you cannot function, you're not like a human yet. And I was like all day, like, oh,
Totally.
just, oh. But I'm so excited to meet you. So I wanted to tell us, who are you? What do you do? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? And everything you want to share.
So, it's so funny and so interesting when you try to I don't know, it's not like a box, but you're like a high achieving woman, but I do inner child work. So everybody needs inner child work. So it's really hard to like hone it down to like exactly who it's for because we all need to have a relationship with our little girl or a little boy. But I help high achieving women heal their inner child so that they can feel more aligned and present in their life so that they can show up for their families, so they can show up for themselves. And so they can really start creating the happiness and the joy that they desire without having all of the little things happening in the background, which is like the insecurities and the fear and the doubt and, picking fights because that's what they're used to and that's what they grew up together or grew up with. I
Mm,
also do breath work. That was like one of my first modalities that I really got into was breath work. Breath work's really changed my life. I love it. It'll always be part of my practice. I also got a life certification coaching in 2019. And then I started my business in 2020. And then I was like, my healing awakening and this information of awakening. So it's been a long journey, a little bit of a slow burn in my business, and things are really starting to like pick up, and I'm getting really excited. It's like all this stuff's happening, and so I'm just really happy to like get with you today, and I just align perfectly with my schedule, and yeah, I'm really excited.
awesome. And you've mentioned something very nice. If you allow me to coach a little bit on the
Yeah,
subject of everybody needs this work, but who do you serve? So when I
right.
hear this, it's like,
Hmm.
yes, just like money blocks. Every single person has money blocks. Every single person on this earth would benefit greatly from releasing their own specific money blocks. However, I am not for everybody, and I will
Right.
not relate to everybody. And not everybody is even at the awareness level where they realize they
Mm,
have a problem with this.
this is true.
So whenever we are trying to see, okay, who am I serving? I'm serving the
Hmm.
people that I believe, based on my past
Yeah.
experience or based on my research, that I vibe with. Not just that they
Mm.
need what I have to offer, but I
Hmm.
personally vibe with. So in my case, these are women who have have done a lot of work on themselves, so their level of awareness is pretty high. They want deep work. They want a
Hmm.
coach with a lot of experience and a lot of depth and a lot of compassion and a lot of lived experience, not just
Mm.
knowledge, because they can get knowledge. They have knowledge. They can
Hmm.
get knowledge from ChatGPT. They don't need
Yeah.
a coach for that. They need a
Yeah.
coach who's been through so many things that whatever they're experiencing feels like nothing, and they feel like, oh my God, she can hold me. So see,
Hmm.
there's a difference between, oh, I can help everybody, and I
Yeah.
want to help only these people because at this level in my business, this excites me. I'm
Mm.
not doing
Hmm.
it to save anybody. I'm doing it to pleasure myself. So when I meet my
Right.
ideal clients, I'm happy. Like I'm literally happy every day I meet with them because it fulfills
Mm.
my spirit.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this live and I'm doing everything I'm doing for free. That's my, let's say, payback. Like I want to show people, I want to help people get more aware, and
Right.
maybe in the future they could be my client or they could find somebody else, but at least they get introduced to my world, which only a very small minority can actually have access to.
Yeah, I know.
So
When I think about all the different clients I have, they're like so, multifaceted, some are moms, some are singles, you know what I mean? So it's like, it feels hard to narrow it down, but
can I have another observation here?
sure.
I think the era of ideal client being a specific, like, is she like, is it a she or a he? Is it a mom? Is it an
Right.
entrepreneur? It's long gone. So what I tell
Mm.
my clients is, look, they all have in common almost the same thing, which is personality, values, traits.
Hmm. Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like for businesses, it might matter. Like for example, I only work with women at this stage. So for me, it does matter for it to be a woman, not a man, period.
Right.
But for a lot of my clients, it doesn't matter. They have both. So then I
Hmm.
always tell them, what do they have in common? What's their personality? What are their values? Because
Hmm.
those things are the same, or else you wouldn't be a match. You would just not, because you would
Hmm.
have some certain conflict. So look at your clients, see what do they have in common? And then know whenever you speak to somebody else who has the same traits and personality, it's like, oh, you would be perfect for my to be my
Right.
client, because you're like, I see you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to sit with that and think about that and see like what does everybody kind of like, weave through what everybody has in common.
hmm And those would be, and also look at the clients who you most love to work with,
Yeah.
because you want to attract more of those. So if you can analyze exactly,
Hmm.
why do I love this person so much? What
Right.
makes them be such a great fit for me that every time I meet with
Hmm.
them, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to meet with them because they make me feel good. And it's like, what do they do that makes me feel good? Maybe it's the way they see you, or they praise you, or
Hmm.
the way they show up, or the way how they're
Hmm.
responsible they are, or how fast they implement what you're teaching. Or there can be so many things that you value. So again, we go back to, these are my values and they're mirroring the same values, so it's very easy for us to communicate and feel good around each other because we have the same. Like
Yeah.
I would not communicate well or have a great client if they're not honest. Like to me,
Mm.
honesty and transparency is my highest value. So if I can see
Mhm.
that they're not safe enough to tell me the truth, I'm like, I don't have energy to babysit you. So you
Yeah.
probably you should work with some other coach or a therapist to get to a place where you feel safe to have real honest
Right.
communication. Until then, I'll always be like, oh, I have to drag some words out of you and ask a
Mhm.
hundred questions until you finally feel safe to tell me what's going on. So I no longer work with those kind of people. They're not bad. It's just that I want something else. I want to have,
Mhm.
these are my values now.
Yeah.
So sorry for the already business training without even
No, it's
talking
fine.
about
I'm
business
gonna take it.
blocks.
It's so interesting because it's so many, depending on like what business coach, you talk to or what they're, everybody has a little bit different or some of it's the same, but, overall, like want you to get very specific, which feels like for a manifesting generator, I'm like, I don't know how to like pick one thing or, it's so hard. So this will be helpful because I can think of a few of my clients that I just like, okay, that's my ideal client. I want more of them in my world. And so I'll
hmm
have to sit with
hmm
that for sure.
Yeah, and see, that's why there's no competition really in anything.
Yeah. Mm.
Because when you're even
Mhm.
looking for your own business coach, I'm not saying necessarily you, but anybody who's looking for a
Yeah.
business coach, if they have the awareness of what exactly do I need or want, like that, the other person, like how do they communicate with me, how do they serve me, how much knowledge they have on which aspect, or how do they communicate that knowledge. Like there's so many things that you might need that other people cannot fulfill, and then
Yeah.
because they cannot fulfill, oh my God, they're a bad coach. Or it's not, it's just a lack of understanding. Like I'm very good with who I want, so I will totally say no to people, but not
Mm,
everybody is, because sometimes people want money more than they want
mhm,
alignment, and other
mhm,
clients are not clear on what they want. For example, I remember a month ago I was having a meeting with somebody who was interested in hiring me, and she was very confused about what kind of coach she wants. So
mm,
I gave her homework and I said, you have to answer these questions. If after you answer this question, send me the homework. I want to look through it and I'll tell you honestly if I'm the person for you. And I
right.
wasn't. And I told her, I'm not that person. I would not
Mm,
do that as a business coach for you. Here's what I would do. So based on
right.
what you say you're needing, we wouldn't be a match because I wouldn't fulfill your needs and we would
Yeah.
just be disappointed, both of us. And then she went and hired somebody else. And
Hmm.
we're still in good relationship. But
Oh,
that's
good.
because I helped her clarify that, because she wanted to work with me, but we wouldn't have, we wouldn't have been a fit. Then she would be like disappointed maybe a month later that I'm not acting the way she wasn't even aware she wanted me to act.
Right. Right.
So, anyways, now coming back to you, and for everybody watching, now you just had a mini training in ideal client, in how to who you're for, and all that. So go do that homework, and you can DM me your homework if you want to. I'm always excited to see what people write. And now, Desi, is it okay how I say it, Desi?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Desi. Yeah. Let
yeah,
me put
Desi.
my phone on silent once.
Yeah, please do, because it would bother me when we're doing the somatic practice if it keeps buzzing.
In either. Okay.
Awesome. So, Desi, do you
Mhm.
have a specific money fear that you want to work on today?
So I was thinking about that. I was having a conversation with my one of my girlfriends, and we're talking about money, and I think it's more around like sales and like selling
Mm-hmm.
and like saying the
Mm-hmm.
price and like putting that out there that I feel really like constricted. Um, yeah, so that's basically probably
Okay.
the biggest thing that's coming up for me right now is I'm in the middle I'm launching actually for a program today and everything, and so I was like, oh, this lined up perfectly.
Okay. So, can you go deeper into this conversation? So, what exactly constricts you
Yeah,
about saying the number?
I guess I was thinking about it a little bit this morning too. It's like, I guess I come from like, there's been times where I didn't have the money, but I needed like the support or the coaching. And so I want to make it accessible for everybody. So I know I've done a lot of work around this, but it still like comes up for me because I'm like, I don't want I guess the thought is like, I don't want money to be the reason for people to not to get the help that they truly need. And so that's where I get like caught up, which I feel is like kind of a lot of, soul led business entrepreneurs. But for me, there's like my parents really they fought about money like every single day growing up. It was just like a constant argument and fight and struggle. And so like I just grew up with a lot of that. And so I know that's been embedded in my subconscious and my body. So I've done a lot of work about it, but it's still like this like telling people the price and like that gets sticky.
Okay. So, if we go deeper into this, when you tell people the price, what happens in your
Mm.
body, in your mind?
I get
What
really
thoughts do?
nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, nervous, so like my body will get like a little bit warm, a little bit tingly. I definitely feel it like in my solar plexus area. um so that's yeah.
And what thoughts come to your mind?
Mm.
Why do you get nervous?
Mm. I guess maybe the fear of them like saying no, maybe there's a little fear of rejection there.
Okay, if
um
they say no and they reject you, what happen?
yeah.
Why does that cause anxiety?
I guess it comes back to like, is my business able to like support, my life basically, right? Am I going to be able
Mhm.
to pay my bills kind of thing? It kind of goes to that thought.
So only if everybody says yes, then I will be able to pay my bills and my business is viable.
Right.
Okay, perfect. I know the feeling. So for everybody watching, can you see how much resistance there is? Like everybody needs to say yes, or else, like we think of the
Right.
worst possible scenario, which is my business is not successful, it's never going to be successful, blah, blah. Which of course is not true. Because when we look at the business as a business, how, like, look at any company, like big multinational company, you can be like a drinks company, Coca-Cola, whatever.
Yeah.
How many products they have failed launches? How many
Mm,
products get discontinued? And they've put lots of money into that product or into that
mm,
rebrand or into whatever, and it didn't work. But they're not going to think, okay, so because this didn't work and we paid a lot of money to a lot of people, our business will never work. If we
Right.
had a bad quarter, our business will never work. It's not. They look to see what they've learned from it. Every
Mm-hmm.
big company looks at, okay, what worked, what didn't work, what can we avoid in the future, what can we learn from this?
Mm-hmm.
That they do it better. Just
Mm-hmm.
like that, with every no, like I remember I had a conversation with somebody last year, and she told me that she had this launch and she made zero sales. And to me, that was new because I've never had a launch without a sale. I'm grateful for that, but I've never had that. So for me, it was like, okay. And I was like, so why did that happen? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, have you checked to see why didn't it work? Like, what didn't work exactly? So you know, she was like, no. And to me, that was like, interesting. So you've never thought about auditing the launch itself to see where was the problem. So then
Mm-hmm.
I can do it again and do it a little bit better and see, do I get a sale now? Do I get two sales now? And
Mm-hmm.
then do it again, see again, what didn't work? Can I do it better? Because
Right.
there's one thing that I always tell my clients. What if you're 5 launches away from reaching your goals? How
Mm-hmm.
fast would you launch?
Mm-hmm.
Would you launch once and be like, oh my God, it didn't work. My business is not working. And then you're going to overthink everything and you're going to create a whole new product and a whole new thing and a whole new strategy. Or you'll be like, okay, it didn't really work, but what can I learn from this? And do it again next month. Now it worked a little bit better, but still it didn't work. Okay, what can I do better?
Mm-hmm.
Launch it again. And then I promise you that in 5 launches, it's impossible for it not to work. Maybe there's still going to
Right.
be some disappointment. Maybe you're
Mm-hmm.
still not reaching your perfect goals, but it's impossible for you not to learn something. It's absolutely impossible. And the same
Mm-hmm.
with anything, even with content strategy, even with anything you would. If you
Yeah.
do something consistent and you tweak, you say, okay, I've done this for a month. I've applied, let's say, perfectly for a month. What are the results? What can I do better? Next month, do better. Tweak a little bit. Don't change the strategy.
Mm-hmm.
The other month, do better. And it's impossible not to see trends, not to see people want more of this. I should post this. I should do this. It's
Right.
absolutely impossible. Whoever, and so somebody actually told me, I think 2 weeks ago, I talked to somebody and was like, oh, I posted consistently for months and I saw nothing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's not possible. And she got offended by that. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's literally not possible. You probably didn't pay attention because it's impossible not to see certain things like how you can do better, how you can be faster, how you can create some system. It's absolutely impossible unless you're not in the task as you're doing it. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're constantly doing things robotically, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
present with anything and you're never
Mm-hmm.
looking back to actually see and be there and be like, I'm curious, what worked, what didn't work, you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to see anything. So it's awareness also. So coming back to you, reject, like again, you have to, everybody needs to say yes for you to feel safe, which is it's a lot of resistance here. And I know because I've had the same one and it took me a while to get even aware of it, that's a huge resistance in itself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
of course there'll be people who say no. And I
Right.
want them to say no because I don't want to work with everybody. What if I'm meeting with
Mm-hmm.
somebody who I'm realizing like, as I'm speaking to them, oh, I don't want to work with you. But they say yes because I've created this reality in which everybody says yes
Has
to
to say
me.
yes. I know. Now that I think about it, there has been people that said no, and I was like, oh, I'm glad they said no.
So
Right.
then it comes to everybody who I like needs to say yes to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, amazing. Why not?
So again, even this comes from if I like them, they need to like me, or else
Mm,
something is bad, wrong, blah, blah.
right.
Which, again, take this example. They like you like them,
Hmm.
but they don't have the money to invest.
Yeah.
So they're not an ideal client.
Mm,
But in your mind, or how you're wired right now, is like, but I should make the price available somehow. So
mm-hmm.
if they're my ideal client, they can pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's like saying everybody loves pizza, right? But everybody needs to afford a certain type of pizza, pepperoni pizza, no matter what.
Mm,
But like, why? Why everybody has to afford that? Why
mm-hmm.
can't just buy margarita, which is cheaper? It's
Right.
still pizza, but why do they have to afford that? Or else they cannot afford pizza right now. Or, like we create all these things. Like
Yeah.
your ideal client can afford you at whatever
Mm-hmm.
price feels safe for you to charge. Or else they're not your ideal client.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
But they can be ideal client for somebody else, a coach
Right.
that's more a beginner phase who doesn't have the confidence and doesn't feel worthy enough to charge the prices you're charging.
Mm-hmm.
So by allowing the client to be served by somebody else who would be a better match vibrationally, what do? You're like, there's not enough clients, so there's scarcity. So I need to
Mm-hmm.
help everybody because if I don't, nobody else can with this
Yeah.
problem. But that's not true because when you look at it, there's so many other people who can do what you do, but not at your level.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other people who do what you do at a higher level than you. But should they take
Mm-hmm.
all the clients and leave you with nobody just because they're like, oh, but I could help everybody.
Right.
So this is why
Yeah.
when we
Go ahead.
go on.
No, I just, so a little bit like when I first started my business, it was like in 2020, obviously there was like a huge, shutdown of all the things and stuff like that. And so that I felt like kind of made some of the money wounds that I'm still working through because like, everybody was just trying to figure things out. And you hear some coaches and it's like, I had the most successful ever 22, was so, and then I was like, I was struggling. Like I didn't sign any clients. I don't know if I maybe won that year and stuff. And so, yeah, there's this story created about it, which is like,
Mm.
people don't want to pay me or they don't have the money. And so that's where I
Mm-hmm.
think some of it's also coming from.
Okay, so now we're getting closer to what I want to talk about. So now you
Okay.
put two money blocks. People don't want to pay me and people don't have the money. Is that right, what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you want to go on? Like, let's go on
People
one.
don't have the money.
People don't have the money. Good. And just to express this, 2020 was one of my best years. I made lots of sales.
Love that.
So again, can you see, like we all have our own stories. Okay,
Totally.
so people don't have the money. That is true. So it is true that first of all, the economy, it is how it is. So
Hmm.
whenever there's like a booming economy, people pay without thinking that much. So it's not like they have more
Hmm.
money, they just don't think that much about
Hmm.
spending money. So that's the difference. Now, because the economy, it is how it is, people are more aware of, do I need this? Do I really want this? Should I
Hmm.
spend money or not? Second,
Okay.
because the last couple of years, I believe there was a huge coaching scamming bubble that people
Hmm.
paid a
Was there?
lot of high ticket,
Yeah.
prices, and they didn't receive what they were paying
Promised.
for.
Oh man.
People now are more scared to invest. They
Cautious.
need more time. Exactly. They're cautious. They need more time with the person, or they need more, like, more information about the person. Like it's so these two
Hmm.
combined make for the sales being, let's say, overall lower. But
Hmm. Hmm.
that's just like a fact of where we are right now. So who's gonna
Right.
make money right now? People who are themselves, who are honest, who are transparent, who build on vulnerability, who are themselves, and who show up. And of
Yeah.
course, it's gonna take some time, right? It's not gonna be necessarily overnight, but you're doing this because you enjoy doing this. You would do it anyway, even for free.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're losing anything. You
Hmm.
will still show up. So as you show up, you are building that. But then you also have to allow and speak to people who you believe are ideal for you, not everybody. Because if you're building a community of people who cannot pay you, then you're going to reach those people and they're going to mirror back to you, well, I don't have the money, but I really want to
Hmm.
work with you. And then your belief is like, of course, I knew that. I knew people cannot pay me right now. People don't have the money because look, how many people are telling me this every day. But
Yeah.
that's also because probably who you're like when you write content, the keywords that you're using in your content, if you do lead generation or you don't, you're not doing it right. So that matters because the algorithm will show your content to specific people.
Hmm.
And if those people are not your ideal clients, the algorithm will think, well, I need to show to more people like these. And then it will
Hmm.
perpetuate an audience of people who cannot pay you.
Hmm.
So that's why I want to say, of course, it's a blog, but it's also a physical thing. So I don't want people to constantly believe, oh, if it's just a blog, we release it and my life will be perfect. There's always a mixture. Like,
Yeah.
let's look at the reality and then let's release the blog and understand how they work together.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
want to be surrounded by women who you believe either have your ideal audience or are your ideal clients.
Okay.
And then even the algorithm will be in your favor, will show more of those people, your content, you will see more of them. So it's beautiful how we all get connected that way. Now, regarding the block itself, because I think, I'm not sure if I didn't this year, but probably last year, I'm sure I've done a release on this block. So it's such a common block that people are thinking. So let's do maybe a somatic release. Start with that on, let's see, which would be the strongest fear in your body. If you can connect to your body, because this will go on the nervous system level, that there's not enough money, and that's why people don't have money to pay, even though they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like what would be a fear in your body right now regarding this topic?
Like, where is it in my body?
No, what would be the fear in your words regarding this topic in your body
Hmm.
that's more active right now?
Yeah, probably that people want to join, but they don't have the resources to do it.
Why don't they have the resources? Let's go deeper.
Okay. Maybe they're seeing a stay-at-home mom and there's only one income. Things are more expensive right now, so money is going outward towards other things. Um, yeah, I guess those two are the ones that come to mind.
Okay, but is your ideal client a stay-at-home mom that has only one income and depends on her husband?
No, I don't know. So I need
So
to
then,
get rid.
like, okay, one was
Yeah,
out.
right.
Okay, the second one, everything is more
Yeah,
expensive. So then your ideal client feels scared to invest because everything is
yeah.
more
Oh, it's
expensive. So they feel like more like I need to tighten the belt, save more.
yeah. I think maybe even too, like they don't trust themselves to like show up and
Hmm.
get the results too. So then they're not willing to spend their money.
But are those your ideal clients?
I mean, trust is a big part of like what I do with my work is like building that self trust. So there probably is a part of them that isn't fully there yet.
But then if they're not fully there yet, how will they pay you?
Mm. Hmm.
Because it's like fighting for your limitation. You can still work on self-trust. Like people work with me because they want to release their money blocks, but that doesn't mean they don't have any money to pay me.
Hmm. Hmm. No, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm picking clients that have the money to pay me and are aware they have money blocks and they want to work with me to release them.
Right. Right. Okay.
So you want to do the same. You don't want to pick everybody because then,
Right.
of course, it's gonna be hard to sell to them. How could it be hard to sell to them? It's not like just a blog. It's like reality. If I go right now to if I sell, I don't know, Chanel, and I go to a person on the street here in my country and I'd be like, "Do you want a Chanel bag? It's only a couple $1,000s." They would be like, "Dude, I make $1,000 a month. How could I afford that? Like, are you
Mm-hmm.
crazy?" And
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that person and be like, "Oh my God, nobody has money anymore. Everything is expensive." And it's not true. It's just I'm speaking to the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to
Okay.
make sure you're always speaking to your ideal clients because again, how many clients do you need each year? 10, 15? How many? In order for you to fill your money goal.
Right.
And
Are
if
you
you think
asking me?
about it,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean, not just a
yeah.
number. Like normally for 101, if you do 101, like you only need a handful of people to actually reach your goals.
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
need everybody to say yes to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So coming back to your biggest fear is that people won't pay for my services because they're afraid to invest because everything is more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Mm-hmm.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for everybody watching, if you have this belief or anything close to this belief, do it with us because for sure it's going to help your body release this.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to sit comfortably, close your eyes, and start breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe, I want you to just very fast scan your body. Just scan your body from the head to toes, just for any, maybe there's different colors, maybe there's different like tension. Don't do anything. There's no need to change. There's no need to make sense of it. Just observe. So breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth. And I'm going to do this a little bit faster because I believe that everybody here watching this has the ability to do faster with me. So I want you to connect to the chair and the floor if your feet are on the floor. And just connect where your skin touches another surface. Just feel. How does it feel to be supported by another surface right now? And allow your body to sink into that surface. So if you're sitting on a chair, allow your body to sink into the chair. Every part of your body that touches the chair, allow it to drop deeper and deeper and deeper. With each breath, your body sinks deeper and deeper and deeper. And I want your body to acknowledge right now, how does it feel to be unconditionally supported? Because right now, you are by the chair that you're sitting on. The chair does not judge you, does not emotionally blackmail you, does not care how much you're using it, or if you've been using it for 8 hours or for an hour every day. The chair will offer you the same exact support. So I want you to feel, how does it feel in your body, if you can be aware of it, to be unconditionally supported? Because this is not just a pipe dream. This is actually happening right now, and it's actually happening a lot of the time in your day where you are unconditionally supported, but you're not aware that you are. And as your body becomes aware of this frequency, I want your body to also become aware of the frequency of trust, inner knowing. Because right now, you feel completely safe to have your eyes closed. There's no part of you who's like, you should open your eyes every 5 minutes and check. The chair is still here, the room is still here, nobody's in, nobody's destroying anything, nobody's stealing anything from me. These thoughts do not exist because you know for a fact that you're safe, you know for a fact you can have your eyes closed. So where does this inner knowing come from? How do you know that?
Mm.
So I want your body to connect to that inner knowing, that trust, that safety, that like I know for a fact, like I'm super sure. How does it feel in your body to have this, to feel this? And allow your body to get used to this feeling so you can recreate it as many times as you want to. And right now, I want you to imagine a big, beautiful table in front of you. And I want you to decorate it. So you can add flowers, foods, drinks, decorations, lights, candles, anything and everything. It's your party, go nuts.
Mhm.
Because we're going to invite people at this table, emotions, thoughts, feelings, memories, just like they would be people too. So every single person here can be a multitude of things. And we're going to start with the thought, people won't pay me because everything is more expensive and they're more cautious. And then invite every thought that you ever had that is connected to this statement. People won't pay me because. And allow all the thoughts that come to your mind to be invited at this table. For some people, be because I don't have enough experience, because I don't show up enough on social media, because I'm not good enough, because I'm not pretty enough, because I don't do enough of whatever. Let them all come. And you can even smile at them as they sit down at the table, like, thank you for coming. You can sit down. And now invite all the memories in which you wanted to buy something, but you couldn't because you couldn't afford it.
Mhm.
And you can start from when you were very little and allow each memory to come and sit at the table. Now I'll give you more time here because there can be many, many memories connected to this. There's no rush. Whenever you feel like all the memories have come, just let me know.
Okay.
And now we're going to invite all the people that were connected to these memories.
Mm. Okay.
And now we're going to invite all the emotions that were ever present in these memories. Maybe there were emotions like sadness, anger, jealousy, unworthiness, guilt, shame, whatever emotions, or even feelings. Feelings are very personal, so emotions are specific, but feelings are personal, so you can invite both. What did you feel in those memories? Maybe you felt out of control. Maybe you felt like you have no say in it. Maybe you felt it's not fair.
Mm. Mm.
Just let me know when the emotion stopped coming.
Okay.
And now we're going to invite the need to control, the need to be controlled, the need to be safe, the need to be better than everybody else and stand out and be unique. The need to be like everybody else and don't stand out and feel safe because of that. They need to be perfect. They need to be good. They need to be liked. And anything else that might come that I haven't mentioned. Is your table full?
Yes.
And now I'm going to ask you 3 questions. For the first two, the answer is yes or no, whatever comes first. And for the last question, the answer is now. So here's the first question. Could you, just for now, let all of these people go and disappear into the light?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When?
Now.
And again, if it were easy, could you let all these people disappear into the light?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When?
Now.
If it was possible, could you let them go for good?
Mm. Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
When?
Now.
Is the table empty? Is there anybody else still there?
It's like a little bit of remnants there. Feels like
So can you ask and see who exactly is still there?
doubt.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of my dad's energy.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling some worry too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
Anything
a
else?
little uncertainty.
Okay. Anybody else or these 4?
Mm. Yeah, that's it.
So ask doubt, why are you still here?
Mm. Because you don't know.
Ask doubt,
Um,
what do I don't know?
what do I not know? I don't know the future.
Okay,
Mm.
and what's your role then? How are you helping me?
How are you helping me? Good question. I'm keeping you safe.
From what?
From being hurt.
Mhm. So every time you doubt, you're protecting yourself from being hurt, from being disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want to carry this?
No.
Could you tell doubt that, thank you, I appreciate you being here my whole life. I appreciate you, but like you can just imagine that I'm speaking to it directly.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Thank you for protecting me all these years. Thank you for taking care of me and allowing me to not feel so disappointed because I already felt disappointed to begin with because you are here. But now I'm a grown up and
Mm,
I'm at this place where I'm okay with even being hurt or disappointed because I know how to handle these.
mm,
And I don't need you to show up at every instance at the thought of being hurt and dim my light.
mm,
Because what if I'm not hurt? But you will show up anyway. Because there is a possibility of being hurt in almost every situation.
mm,
And only a couple of situations will actually turn out I'm going to be disappointed. But the
mm.
majority will not. So I want to live in a life, in a reality where I trust myself that I know how to handle everything that life throws at me. I trust myself that I know how to find support for anything that life throws at me, and that it's okay to live without doubt. And I want to test it. I want to test to see how does it feel like to live without doubt. So by hearing this, how is doubt looking? Is she safe to leave? Does she want to say something?
She's still holding on a little bit. Like, yeah, but what if?
What if what?
Yeah, what if, what if, see, what if you don't have doubt and then you're disappointed?
Okay, so tell me, what
Mhm.
if you don't have any doubt, you go after something and it doesn't happen and you're disappointed? What
Mm.
happens then?
Get back up, dust myself off, and do some breath work, do some meditation, and keep going.
So now that you told this and doubt heard it, does she feel ready to go? Does she have more to say?
Yeah, she's ready.
Then tell her goodbye and send her on
Ah.
her way. So now look towards worry and ask worry,
Mm.
why are you still here?
It's like the same day as doubt. It's like keeping you safe. Don't want you to get hurt. If you worry,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you'll be more prepared, I guess, is what's coming through for the worry.
Okay, so here's the message for worry. You're right. And I'm very grateful you were here my whole life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And at the same time, even though worry kept me in control somehow, because I was like, okay, that's the potential scenario, and here's what I'm going to do to avoid it, or here's what I'm going to do if that happens. Here are the solutions. But whenever I go on that path of thinking, because I know energy, parts of me are creating that reality.
Mhm.
The more focus I bring to that potential reality, the more I create that potential reality. So, what if I don't? What if I only allow worry to exist in my life in actual threatening situations, which is like 1% of probably my life when actually something really dangerous is about to happen and I need to worry. But all
Mhm.
the 99%, they're not real fears. So, what if for those 99% of the time, I do not give in to worry and I just create and focus and set my intentions on the path that I wanted to manifest? What does
Yeah, that
worry
feels
think or
good.
feel?
Yeah, it feels like takes a weight off of their shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Are they ready to go? Do they want to say something?
Mhm. So there's something recently happened. My mom and her husband were driving home, and I had gotten like this really bad feeling, and they ended up getting in like a really bad accident, and it was like one of those like it's nice to be intuitive, but like also not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's kind of
Mm-hmm.
coming through right now. It's like, yeah, but we just had this really big thing, but I still wasn't able to control it, even though I was like checked on them and stuff. So it's just silly. You can leave now.
So, okay, let's suit this a little bit
Hmm.
because this was, let's say, one of those moments when worry was. let's say, good, right? Because it was
Mm-hmm.
something dangerous happening. It was not a stupid fear. Like, it was like, I felt something was wrong. If
Yeah.
you already knew to whom, like if you already knew, oh, I'm afraid for my mom,
Yeah.
then even though you cannot control their path and their future because they have their own thoughts and stuff
Yeah.
going on,
Mm-hmm.
you can text them, you can call her, you can say, hey, please be more careful. I'm having a bad feeling about this. And that's it.
Right.
Or depending on the energy that you work with, some people work with energies or with angels, you can ask angels to protect them, or you can light a candle, or there's so many
Yeah.
things that we can do. Again, that doesn't mean we're gonna change somebody's future. That's not in our control, but we can, again, switch our energy. Like if we know something's about to happen, we can protect them in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, worry is good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say a prayer, you can meditate, whatever feels good to you in this kind of instance. But again, this is not all the instance that you're thinking about, because I'm sure you're worried about money, or you're worried about paying your bills, or which again, I'm not saying it's not dangerous. Of course it's dangerous, because you don't want to be in debt, or you don't want to be homeless. Of
Right.
course it can be dangerous. But when we think about that, as I said, we focus all our attention on a future we don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make us feel good,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't. Like at least it would make us feel good, but it doesn't. It only makes us feel in control. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm about to burn, at least I'm gonna burn, and I'll know about it. Like I already know I'm gonna burn, so I feel some sort of autonomy. Like it's I
Mm-hmm.
know. But do I want to burn? If I don't want to burn, then what do I want? How can I
Mm-hmm.
bring my awareness and focus to what do I want?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great example that I heard many years ago. It was with Tony Robbins and some sort of racer car guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can keep your eyes closed, because we're gonna guide into all the others.
Okay.
And Tony was in the car with this guy. They were driving at record speeds, and Tony was scared and was like, "Oh my God, can you please just slow down? Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
not used to this." Because all he could see was the wall. They're about to crash because they were going so fast. And the guy said, "Don't look at the wall. Just don't look. Just look straight ahead. Just look straight ahead, and you're gonna feel safer." And it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they changed anything. It was the same car, the same speed, but the focus was shifting from, "Oh my God, we're gonna crash. Here's the
Mm-hmm.
wall." It's like, don't look at the wall. Look straight ahead. Whereas there's
Right.
no wall, there's no car, there's no potential crashing happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then he felt safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I always say, go with how you feel, not what your mind is telling you to do, because your mind will try to protect you based on past experiences. But if you think of past experiences, you're recreating past experiences, because it doesn't have any other data. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT. It takes from what it exists. It doesn't create anything. ChatGPT does not create anything. We create as humans. ChatGPT takes from all the data that there is and creates some conclusions. That's exactly how our mind works. Takes from all the data we have experienced and seen and been a part of and create some conclusions. But if we don't want that to happen, if we want something new to happen, we have to feed it new information. So we have to think and focus on new options to choose from. And usually when we do that, we feel better. And that's your sign. If it makes me feel better, it means I'm on the right track. If it makes me feel worse, it means I'm on a track that doesn't lead to where I want to go. And this is a very hard exercise. It's not easy at all. But just like lifting weights is not easy at all, but if you do it for a long period of time, it's going to get easier and easier and easier and easier. And in like a couple of years, you can lift, I don't know how many. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so strong. Of course you are,
Mm-hmm.
because you started somewhere and you kept going. So now, with all this discussion about worry, is worry still at the table?
No.
Okay, look towards uncertainty. Is uncertainty still at the table?
No.
Look towards your dad. Is your dad still at the table?
Yeah.
Okay, and ask your dad, why are you still here?
Mm-hmm. it's not really anything coming through other than to instill fear in you, I guess. Um, yeah, I'm not
Just
really
to feel
hearing
you?
fear, like put
Fear?
fear in you. Yeah, I guess.
Ah, put fear in you. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So asking, why do you need to do that? Or why do I need that?
Mm. Mm. I'm hearing like safety.
So you think I'm gonna be safe if I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, I was raised the same way, so I can recognize this. Yet
Yeah.
there was like a saying in some sort of, I think in Friends, never not be afraid or something like that. So,
Mm.
and it's so
Hmm.
true. But if you live, imagine living life, your exact same life, in a body that's always afraid and always looking for what could go wrong and finding solutions for whatever could go wrong, and the same person in a body who's never thinking about that ever, because they think no matter what happens, I'm gonna figure it out and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like how much more energy would they have because they don't have to spend it looking for threats, like, okay, what's the
Totally.
potential threats here right now, like how can I solve it? It's like being a CIA agent or something, but you're like working in
Mhm.
your own life experience, always looking for where's the danger and who's gonna
Mhm.
cancel this danger somehow, or walking through life like I don't see any danger, and if there is a danger, I'm gonna be protected. And even if it happens to me, somehow people are gonna show up for me. I'm gonna know what to do. Something will happen, and no matter what, I'm always protected.
Mhm.
So I wanted to tell, like, your dad will hear this from me. Thank you so much for doing this, for instilling this belief into me because it got me here. It kept me alive.
Mhm.
It got me everything that I am right now, and I'm very grateful for that because I love my life, and my life is great, and I'm great, and I'm amazing.
Mhm.
And at the same time, right now, I think I would prefer not to be afraid all the time.
Mhm.
I think I would prefer to only have fear in those real life situations when fear is supposed to be there because it's a dangerous situation. But not to have fear just like my baseline. Like, I want to live a life without fear being my baseline. I want to live a
Mhm.
life where my baseline is trust, when my baseline is safety. And I want to see how it is. So, what is your dad saying or
Mhm.
making you feel?
Yeah, what was coming through is like this vision of like what would life have been instead of instilling fear, instill trust for everything to work out, and that's kind of what's really coming through.
Like, what would life be without fear?
Without fear and with trust. Like if he was like, yeah, just trust that it's all working out, like how much different my
Mhm.
life would be. So that's what's really coming through.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was not a possibility. So it
Yeah.
doesn't help us knowing how it could have been because it couldn't have been. If it could have, it would have. So we cannot think of things that could have been because they wouldn't have been. Everything that can happens.
Mm-hmm.
So if it didn't happen, it couldn't have happened, period.
Mm-hmm.
All we have control over is being thankful and grateful for being here
Yeah.
and being in control for what we want next. So now we have the awareness of what we want next and we're asking for it and we're demanding it in a way.
Yeah.
What does it feel now?
Yeah. It feels a lot lighter. Yeah, it feels like he can go.
And I want you to hug him and thank him and
Mhm.
tell him you love him and it's okay. He doesn't have to feel guilty or anything. He did the best he
Mhm.
could and you're so grateful for that.
Mhm. Beautiful. Hmm.
Is he gone?
Hmm.
Okay. So based on this exercise from you, you can keep your eyes closed. I'm already seeing one big belief, which is I'm afraid to be disappointed, which showed up in this. And I'm safe if I'm afraid. So there are two beliefs here. Which one would you like me to release it on all levels?
Can you repeat them one more time?
I'm afraid to be disappointed,
Okay.
and I am safe if I am afraid.
They're both so good. Probably
I'm
the first one.
afraid to be disappointed. Okay,
Yeah.
then. So you can stay in this energy. I will connect into the theta field, which is a brainwave where I can see everything, ask everything, all the things. And at every point, I will ask your permission to work on you. And please just pay attention to my words because I will release stuff, install stuff. So I want to make sure that you're hearing what I'm doing. So there's like
Okay.
no question. And if there's anything you don't want, you can say no. Like I will say, Desi, do you agree with this? Is it okay or something? And then you can say yes or
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Okay, so this being said, let's go. So now the deep release starts. And I'm gonna yawn a lot because when I'm moving energy, that's
Mm.
how it moves through my body. Ooh, as you can see here. Okay, so Creator, I command that you take me into unconditional compassion to develop existence. Okay, Creator, I command that you bring Desi's energy here with us. Desi, is that okay with you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Oh, is Desi here? Yes. So, Creator, does Desi have this fear of I'm afraid of being disappointed? Yes. Okay, then I command to be for this fear to be released from all levels and all aspects of her life now and forever, and identify the root cause of this belief and all the connecting beliefs, thoughts, feelings, even bacteria, patterns, rules, imprints, energies that she no longer wants, they're no longer helpful to her, and may you cancel them and release them and send them all into God's light and love. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
It is done, it is done, it is done. And in its place, replace this belief with it's safe for me to be disappointed. I know how to deal with life even if I'm disappointed. And I know what disappointment means from the divine perspective because I think you and even myself have a very distorted um, explanation of what disappointment is. And that's why we fear it so much because it's something so bad. But if we ask the Creator to install the real definition of disappointment from the divine perspective, then that cannot be bad. So, is that okay with you, Desi?
Yes.
Thank you, Rita. Okay, so let's see. So, Creator, was the belief released from Desi's core level? Yes. Was it released from Desi's DNA level? No. Is it stuck on her father's side? Yes. How many generations? Three? Yes.
Mm.
So, Creator, I command that you send unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness and awareness to all people in her lineage that carry this belief to it's okay that they passed it along. They did the best they could with what they know. It was the only way to survive. And we understand that there's no problem and no bad feelings. And if they want to, they can have this belief released as well now and forever. Thank you. Is that okay with you, Desi?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Creator, show me. Was the belief released now from Desi's DNA? Yes. Was it released from Desi's past life level? Yes. Was it released from Desi's soul level? No. Is there a promise? Yes. A vow? Yes. A commitment? No. A curse? No. So just a vow and promise. Were these done in this lifetime? No.
We froze.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Where
Back.
was the last thing that you heard?
Was it a vow?
Okay.
Yes.
So I discovered that the vow and the promise was made in a past life, just in one past life, and I send unconditional love, compassion, and awareness and forgiveness to that past version of you who
Mm.
created this to begin with, because she did
Mm-hmm.
the best she could with her circumstances, and that's okay. And she's free to be forgiven and to let go. And all these vows and promises may then be canceled and sent into God's love now and forever. And also maintain the lesson. So whatever you've learned
Mm.
through this experience, may you maintain that lesson without the need of having this vow and promise active. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. Okay. So creator, show me. Was the belief released from her soul level? Yes. Was it released from her nervous system? No. Okay, why not? So it shows me that you need to have installed in your nervous system, how does it feel to live a life without fearing disappointment? So creator, I commanded you install this in her nervous system so the body has this um, code installed, this installed so it knows how to react and how to live life without fearing disappointment. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Thank you, Rita. Okay, let's see. So I'm just observing it happening right now in real time. So it takes a while, a little bit. Sometimes the nervous system takes in some time. And you can also breathe. You can guide your body to allow it to expand. So I can feel there's some resistance as your nervous system is upgrading. Creator, can you show me what's this resistance? Oh, it shows me that it feels out of control, like you feel out of control. Do you want me to release this?
Please.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay. So creator, I commanded to release this fear of Desi being out of control and just install that it's safe for her to receive this download, that it's safe for her to allow her nervous system to upgrade. Oh, it instantly upgraded. It was so interesting to observe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, creator, can we check now? Was the belief released from her nervous system now? Yes. Was it released from her energy grid? Yes. Was it released from her cells? Yes. Was it released from her organs? No. Okay, where is it stored? Is it stored in her uterus? No, but there's something. Ovary? Okay, in her ovary. Okay. Is it stored anywhere else? Just in her ovary. Do we need to know which one? Yes. So is it her right one? Yes. So this belief, weirdly enough, is stored in your right
Hmm.
ovary. Does that make sense?
I would say so.
Okay. So creator, what can we do about that? Is there something I can do in Theta? Yes. Is this also a physical problem? Yes. Is the physical problem created by the belief or the belief create the physical problem? They're kind of, are they connected? Yes. Okay. So what can I do on my part? So I can see there's like constriction,
Mm-hmm.
almost like it's shut off or cut off from the body, like this ovary, like it's like
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like a strangulation kind of vibe I'm seeing. Uh, Creator, what command can I give? What can I do? Okay, so the command is to free the ovary. So Creator, I command that you free the ovary from whatever emotional burden it has installed. Is there anything else? No. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Is it done? Yes. So Creator, was the belief now released from all her organs? Yes. Was the belief released from her tissues? Yes. Was the belief released from her subconscious? No. Okay, why not?
Mm.
So there's an addiction on a subconscious level to this belief, because it's tied to your identity. So if you're not so right now you're the person who's afraid of being disappointed. That's your identity, part of your identity. So if you're not this person, who do you want to be?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to, trust that I have the tools and the ability to work through anything that comes my way in disappointment.
Okay, so Creator, I commanded you install into Desi. How does it feel to trust herself, to know
Mm.
that at any point in time she has access to every person, tool, support, information, experience that she needs in order to resolve anything, get anything she wants, and that she's always guided. She always knows what to buy, who to invest in, what book to read, when to jump online to do something or see something. Like she's always in communication with her higher self.
Mm.
And that it's safe for her to say yes whenever she feels the impulse to say yes to, without worrying or thinking of what's the danger, because if it came from her higher self, there's a reason for it, and she can just go ahead and trust that. Is that okay with you, Desi?
Yes.
Okay, so creator, shall we? Was the belief now released from Desi's subconscious? Yeah, so was it released from everywhere? Yeah, so let's check. Does Desi have this fear of, is Desi still afraid to be disappointed? No. Okay, dokie. So Desi, in this state, do you have any question for me?
No.
Okay, so creator, I commanded to uh interrupt our connection and clear our energies of anything we have encountered right now. So you can imagine yourself being washed away by light, every part of your body, just like you're taking a shower, and that your whole consciousness is entering your crown chakra and going to the middle of the earth and coming back into your heart chakra. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Oh man. Thank you for that. That was amazing.
Oh, how do you feel
Yeah.
now?
I feel like I'm gonna need to integrate some of that. I feel good. I feel lighter. I feel like happy. Like definitely like
Mhm.
a definite shift for sure.
Mhm. Did it make
Hmm.
sense, all the things that I've seen?
Yeah. So I have PCOS, which is
Mhm.
polycystic ovarian syndrome. So it made sense that I have stuff stored there.
Mhm.
So that was
Mhm.
really cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I the way I saw it is like the ovary was like this with
Interesting.
the tube, like it was just like this,
Uh-huh.
and I just energetically I freed it. I'm not sure if it happened physically, it's just like
Right.
energetically I saw that was like free. It was
Oh,
very
that's
fast.
awesome.
With some people
Yeah.
it's like it takes a while. The only thing that took a while for you was the nervous system part. That took a while. That was like
Yeah.
a lot of resistance there, but everything else went really fast.
Good. Awesome. Yeah, no, that was great. That was really so is this what you do like with your one-on-one clients or like group coaching or how do you do that
Yes,
with your
this is
practice?
exactly what I do in my one-on-one because I get full intention with the person in front of me and I can
Mhm.
control, like I can see everything, I can make all
Right.
this, what to install, what to release, how to work with their energies.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
usually people like the reality always shifts because I've made changes. So the
Mhm.
reality always shifts. Is that your awareness might see it or not? So just
Mhm.
like when you're losing something in your house and you're like, I don't see it, I don't, where is my phone? Where is my phone? And then you find your phone and it was on the counter and you're like, how
Mhm.
come I didn't see it? It was still here
Right.
and I didn't see it. So it's not like the phone did not exist there. It
Right.
just was not aware, it was not aware to you. Like you didn't see it. You couldn't see it
Mm.
from the state of awareness where you were at. You couldn't see the phone. So just like that, some people who work a lot on themselves, they
Yeah.
have awareness instantly and they text me in a couple of days or even the next day, they're like, oh my God, this is what happened in my reality because of that. I
I
can
love that.
see the line, like we did this and
Mhm.
this is the result. Other people who are not very aware because they're not more in their bodies or they don't have enough
Right.
practice, then they're not going to see anything big happening. So this is first. Second, when I release something and install something else, I want you to imagine that it's like I'm giving you options. Your life does not magically change because you have free will. But before this session, you didn't have free will because you were addicted and attached to, I'm supposed to be disappointed. I'm afraid of being disappointed. So that was
Mhm.
you. Now you have two options, or at least two options. Now you can still go on that path or go on the path of trusting. So the
Mhm.
next time you're about to face something where you'll be afraid of disappointment, you can observe that, oh, I can choose that or I can choose this. Interesting. I've never had the choice before. But you're
Mm.
still going to be in control.
Right. Okay.
So you're still going to, maybe sometimes you won't choose it because you don't have the energy, the capacity, the space to choose it. It's going to
Mhm.
go on autopilot, especially
Yeah.
in the beginning because it's your brain still has all these connections. So they need
Mhm.
some time to create new connections. But if you're aware, you're like, oh, I could choose this now. In a couple of tries, it's going to become your new set default state.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that's kind of how it works. I wanted to explain it because it's not magic
Yeah.
and it is life changing, but at the same time, you're still in charge. Like I cannot
Right.
save you from you. I can just help along the way, but in the end, you're going to live your life and you're going to observe your reality and you're going to create more
Right.
of your reality or a new reality. You are in control of that. So yes, this is what I do in my one-on-one, but this is just part of what I do in my one-on-one. So, and for everybody else, I help my clients make lots of money. And the way we do that is, for me, capacity is everything. So I look at all parts of your life and business, and we see, we take a test to see how much capacity do you really have, and how can we simplify things or do less of things or delegate things so that you have space. I haven't found any single person that came into my life who had space for clients and for more money. When we look at things, they always realize how much they're doing and how they do not have space, but they've never been aware of that. So
Mm.
then we look at facts like how much you work, what do you do, how do you spend your day and your time, and then where do you want your clients to come when you're already doing so much? Because then you're going to have to quit certain things, and then you're going to be behind, and then you're going to feel guilty because you're not being able to do everything that you're supposed to do. And then it's all this weird energy. So I clean that up. Then we also look at having, if they don't have a business coach or they're not a business coach themselves, so they don't have that, I would also help them with the strategy a little bit. So we look at what can they do to sell, to do this or do that, like what is easy. So we're going to do that too. And at the end of each session, we do a release. So based on what
Mm.
we're coaching and what we're talking, we're going to pick one or two or three beliefs, depending on how much time we have, and we're going to release them.
Mm.
So then every time they leave change, not only they have the coaching and they have the homework, like until next time,
Mm.
here's what I want you to do and experience, but they also are a new person. And imagine in a couple of months, they're unrecognizable. Their life is so easy and they have so much space and time. And everybody's like, like, how come? Because, I work with overachievers. So they are always busy, 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 and doing so many
Mhm,
things and always
mhm.
like meeting people, doing work, like having tons of to-dos. And then after 6 months with me, they're like, I have so much time. I'm playing with my
Mhm.
kids every day and I only have a couple of
Mhm.
clients. Why? Because we strategically and energetically released everything that they used to be. So now it's
Mhm.
easier for them to go on this path. So
Yeah.
that's what I do in my one-on-one. And normally
Awesome.
the first, let's say, big goal we have is reaching 10K cash months. So a lot of my clients have made lots of money, but they can sustain
Mhm.
the safety. So they can have a big cash month and then have really low months, or they haven't managed to get to 10K yet. So then
Mm.
based on that, my first goal is, okay, let's get you to 10K cash month and know exactly how you got there. So it's not just like a one-off. I don't know, it just happened. Like it doesn't just happen. Like we know how we created it, so we can create it again. And usually that means, depending on every person, of course, but that can mean some people I work with, they do masterminds. So
Mm.
we launch a mastermind, then we relaunch it every 3 months. And then because they have payment plans, you make sure that we can have 10K cash months.
Yeah.
With other people is one-on-one because that's what they want to do. With other people is a combination. We start with one-on-one, we add the mastermind, we add a different subscription. So depending on how long we work, we create a plan that builds this.
Mm.
And their experience, because some people do a thing and then they're like, oh, I want to do something else now. And I'm like, okay, let's
Mm.
create something else. Like, why not? There's no like
Right.
that that's life. We're supposed to have fun.
Right.
So, and if you know
Awesome.
anybody who would be interested in this kind of work or being on a live with me, I would love for the introduction because
Yeah.
I'm always looking for guests on my show. And now let us know, what can people buy from you? Because you just said you're launching something
Yeah.
right now. So what are you
Yeah.
launching?
So I have it's about 14-week inner child haven, it's called. So we go through 6 different healing eras through age groups. So like 0 to 3 and 4 to 6. And we really learn about like what our development is, where we're at like subconsciously and when our identity is being formed, but like also going into like what we should have received from our parents. And when we didn't receive those, how they now show up as our adults. And then we meet every other week, getting together, healing those parts. And then I do some one-on-one with them as well. And so we go from 0 to 18 years through the program, which is really fun.
Wow, that seems like an amazing program. Like no kidding. So I'm happy that you're
Thanks.
creating that. And
Yeah.
everybody who's like, oh my God, that sounds great. I want to do that. Please DM Desi and get into her world.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Yeah, I'm so excited. This is the second time I've run it, and so it's really about like the community and the play too, because you really want to build that relationship with that little girl, and it just lights up my whole soul. So I love
I'm so happy. So before we end it, is there anything else you want to share or say or do or anything?
it. No, I think I feel pretty complete. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for watching and for being here. And I'll see you next time.
Yay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.